you so much, Lisa, for your introduction, and thank you so much for everyone for coming out here today. And my name is David Bassey, and it's a pleasure to be at the 1 Million Cups here in Mankato. And one of the founders of Seed Energy. And at Seed Energy, we have some of our team members here. Joshua, who is working on our big data analytics and predictive maintenance. And we have Joshua and John, who are working with us on our VOT research and experimental group. And we have Ayomiko, who is working on our power electronics and controls design. Well, my family is all about agriculture. In fact, I grew up as a kid hearing about stories about my grandfather, Papa Okon, and he used to love planting yams and plantains in the backyard. In fact, he also did that with my grandmom, who she's currently 94 years young, and she sold fish in the market, and that's how they both raised 9 children through school. That love for agriculture still lives on today with my parents, who actually have a farm in Nigeria, and every summer they have a convention or a conference where they work with teenagers and young adults to actually get them engaged in the community, as well as improve their lives and the lives of others as well. Here's my sister in the back working with the catfish group, and my cousins also working on the farm planting plantains as well. Now, about 5 years ago, during spring break, I went to Mesquite to see my aunt. And one thing I realized that she had made a decision to actually want to live a healthier lifestyle. And that meant wanting to actually plant her own food. But while starting up, she started small, and little by little, we found out that the plants could not even fit into the space that she had anymore in the patio. She got a greenhouse, and afterwards realized that in the spring of each season, she had to bring all those plants back into the house, and then out again once the weather got warmer. But realized that was a huge problem, because having to do that every year was taking a toll on her health. And with a growing young adult population, her children were not always there to help her. Well, one thing was for certain: we needed to find a way to bring energy into her greenhouse and actually extend these planting seasons. And that was one of the problems we realized we had to solve at Seed Energy. We wanted to increase the planting seasons that were limited in the US, as well as provide affordable energy for residential growers, and also provide a platform whereby people who want to know the source of their food can actually be engaged in the community, as well as in the nation as well. Well, looking at this a bit further, we found that 9 out of 10 planting zones in the US have temperatures below freezing, which will be detrimental to the growth of plants, of young plants, as they begin to go from seedling into the maturity stage. Also, we found that our goals are aligned very closely with the three out of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And one of those, number 7 on that list, is to create affordable sources of energy for all people to use, as well as utilizing the land space that we have, so that we're not just removing the land masses that we have all in the sake of development, and also providing a sustainable energy consumption and production for our needs, and not just now, but also in the future. Well, at Seed Energy, one of the things that we're doing to meet just that is the prototype development of our CV100 kit. Now, our CV100 kit comes with everything that the residential grower would need to power the greenhouse. It will come with the VOT, the battery system, as well as the permanent magnet generators. Now, the VOTs, as you can see, they're a type of wind turbine that take wind from any direction. Now, the VOTs actually can generate, with wind speeds as low as 5 meters per second, can generate energy up to 1 kilowatts. And that energy can be used to power 10 incandescent light bulbs for everyday use, to power tools, to power lights, to charge tools, and to control temperature all around the greenhouse. So far, we have identified 2 initial test sites that we are going to be using to help us with our data collection and actually optimization of our products, which is here at the Living End Center in Mankato, and also for my Auntie Helen, because she is definitely waiting for her CV100 kit. Just to give you a quick snapshot of where we are at, and also where we're looking to go to in the future before the end of the fiscal year. We are currently in our prototype development stage, And afterwards, we're going to be looking to our full-scale prototype development and further on into our full-scale commercialization of our product using the data that we are going to be obtaining throughout this period. Now, the growth opportunities are great for Seed Energy because we have not just this one product in the works for us. We have 3 other products that we're going to be able to reduce the cost of energy production in a decentralized form, an off-grid solution. Well, why else, you might be wondering? Well, at Seed Energy, we bleed green, and we are passionate about agriculture and about renewable energy, and we want to make the future of energy much more better for, not just for us, but for the people who come up afterwards us. Thank you for listening, and now let's power our growers.